Hey everybody, welcome to our session 8 Cypher system game. I'm going to kick it right over to Jesse and give us a recap, and we're going to jump right in.
Hey, okay. So last time, the after discovering that Pivel was kind of pretty much the traitor and led to the entire attack on the ship, Decurro kind of lost it and led the charge down to Pivel's quarters, where they scared the crap out of the guards. They ran off, bashed into Pivel's room, and interrogated him for a little bit. Finally, kind of realizing that he was on the short end of the stick when they got a message from the tablet that was like, "You're dead." And so Pivel decided that he would work with with you guys and with Brannick. And as you were leaving his room, a hole opened up in time space, and an arrow shot through and murdered him. And it also splashed a little bit on Milo, but he's no worse for the wear, really. And so you made it down to Brannick, talked to him. You guys decided that it would be best and safest if you abandoned ship temporarily, discovering also via Pivel that there could possibly be a ship on the other side of the island, because the contact that he had spoken with in Rudstow had not left by the time the Bitter Mother had, so they have to be on their way at some point. So you guys decide to abandon the Bitter Mother, move all of the crew and all of the people on the ship to the island, and Brannick would give you a small contingent of guard to take with you to the other side of the island to ambush them if there is a ship over there, and take over that ship and pick everybody up and sail it northward to the Highlands. So hopefully that works out for you guys. Who the hell knows? Hopefully nobody dies. So at this point, oh, and you guys also ravaged the cargo hold. Brannick was just like, these people don't need it anymore. And so you guys just like loaded your bags up with a ton of stuff.
So
actually,
what could go wrong?
So if you guys want, do you actually real quick want to go over what you looted from the cargo hold?
Sure.
Sure, we can do that.
Yeah,
John,
so,
we'll start.
Yeah, let's start off with Beta.
Okay, Beta here. Enduring Shield. It's one day, I guess, for a whole day. I get an asset to speed defense rolls, which is nice. I like to think that it's in a like a little pill that I've got. I just put it in my mouth and chew on it, and then that's what happens. Metal Death turns 3 foot by 3 foot area of metal brittle, and I think that's just a little container with like a Vaseline type substance, and I'll spread it, and then it'll just have it do its effect. Null Field. User and creatures in an immediate range have a +5 armor against sonic damage, so I'll be on the lookout for sonic damage. Phase Disruptor. A 10-foot cube of structure is out of phase for 1 hour. This could be useful, although 10-foot cube. So we'll have to work with that. And a sniper module.
Wall.
Yeah, a thick wall. Sure. A sniper module. For 1 hour, effective range of ranged weapons increases by 2 miles. So I've got the harpoon crossbow thing there. I'll be snapping that on it if I need it.
Very nice. All right. How about yeah, very nice. How about Milo?
I found a rejuvenator, which just restores a random stat for 1d6. Got a nullification ray, which immediately ends one ongoing effect within long range. I got the sonic hole, which sounds really dirty. It draws all sound within long range for 1 round where no sound can be heard. I have the personal environmental field, which is an aura that sustains life for 24 hours. And fireproofing, which is I can give any non-living object armor against fire for 24 hours.
Make sure your coat doesn't burn up.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Doesn't protect against harpoon holes though from crossbows.
Nope.
He has his mind shield for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
And Valos.
All right. Valos also found fireproofing. So same thing. Non-living object gains 1d6 plus 4 armor against fire for 24 hours. I also found the contingent activator. It links another cipher and is given a circumstance to which it activates. And also found the sniper module. So Decurro and I are going to go in tandem, 2-range mile. We're going to throw daggers for days.
Attach it to the daggers. Oh my god, that sounds even better than what I was thinking. We'll attach it to daggers.
Well, a 2-mile-long dagger throw.
Yes.
Well, so we also eluded the cargo hold. So Valos also grabbed a medium rifle, medium weapon rifle. So obviously the sniper module is going to go on the rifle. I guess is that so? Jesse, we've never done firearms before. So is it like a regular firearm's got a magazine that's got so many rounds in it, or how do we want to adjudicate? Firearms.
Well, we will. Let's see. Give me a D10 roll.
Oh, you're gonna make me roll dice. This is the worst part of the game.
I know. Especially for you.
I rolled a 7. That's not bad.
Hey. All right. So you know what? We're gonna decide then that you're actually dealing with some somewhat higher end archaeo tech.
Nice.
So you're actually looking at almost like a blaster / railgun.
Ooh.
Yeah, so basically, actually, think of it kind of like a paintball gun. So it actually has like a canister that you snap onto the bottom, and it basically using arcane force, powers up a small pellet and then fires it out from the end of the gun. So nice. It's like a combination pellet gun charged with magic missile.
All right.
So you'd be shooting out these small, light-filled pellets.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to be burning a bunch of these ciphers if we get into a scrap, because I've got a few that are...
Oh, and can I assume that everybody's cipher limit, normal limit, is 2?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Milo's might be 3.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
3.
Oh, you're 3? Very nice.
Yeah.
So how many... So did everybody basically start from scratch with ciphers? Because I know you guys had kind of used a lot of them ahead of time.
I only used 1, so right now I have 5.
5? Okay.
I have 7.
7. How about Milo?
Well, you found a lot.
I think I'm also at 7.
Jesus. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, this has the potential to be awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure I have 2 of the sonic holes, because I had
really?
I found
That's
disc.
A medical problem. You're only supposed to have 1.
I found you gave me a disc sound dampener.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
The first or second session or something like that.
Yep.
Which I assume just is the sonic hole.
I actually believe that sound it was a separate thing. Let me double check.
And then
I kind of thought of it as like a stummer from Rogue Trader, where it just blocks sound in your immediate area. If you had it on it, he could be super stealthy.
Yeah. So the sonic hole is all sound within long range for 1 round, whereas the sound dampener is immediate range.
Oh, okay. And then I also have a scanner, which I think I just held on to that cipher thing from Pivel's
oh yeah.
drop.
Yeah. So I actually won't keep so I think you still have so that one I won't count against you.
Okay.
because that's more of a like a flash instead of a mechanic.
Okay.
That's more flair than
It's a story
Phil.
item. You can just call it a story
exactly.
item.
There you go. Perfect. That's what I was looking for. I just couldn't come up with it. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So that won't count against your Cypher total. Yeah. And so just because also I'm tweaking the system, we'll just go over it one more time. So for the amount that you have above your max,
yes,
your max now is not in normal Cypher, you can only have up to your max, but with this one we're going over, and so the amount that you're over will require, every time you try to use a Cypher, require a check, because basically the energies will be like feeding off of each other and kind of causing a disruption. So for instance, take Decurro, your max is 2 and you have 7 items. When you try to use one, you will be doing a difficulty 5 check. Because you are 5 over.
I like it.
Yeah. So and you use that one, then you're 4 over. It'll be a difficulty 4, and it'll lower as you get closer to your max normal.
And I appreciate your trap of you can have more than you can have more. Well, now there's all these rules where everything's going to explode.
Yeah. And like I said, it's the difficulty works just the same as any normal difficulty. So if you have any skills or backgrounds or assets or anything that you feel you could use towards lowering the difficulty, you can do that.
I have inabilities of patience, willpower, and discipline, so I'm pretty sure it's going to make everything
awesome.
A 6.
That's amazing.
Well, so what's the effective range? So what's the range interaction of the ciphers, right? So like, assuming most of them are stuffed in a pack, and I put my pack
on your person,
and then I go over here.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you have like 6 ciphers in your pack, and you leave those 6 ciphers like 10 feet away from you, there won't be as much of an interaction.
Cool. All right.
So let's say anything within, we'll say on your person, because then if we start talking like immediate range and stuff like that, then I'll have to include like every cipher.
Oh,
if the 3 of you are standing next to each other, and I'm like, it's all ciphers with an immediate range, you're making like a D20 check, and that's just not fair.
I would submit that if we're too close to each other, that we should have to make the roll with the combined difficulty of everyone's overage.
Helping so or possible. I think that's hurting.
Oh,
hilarious
hurting? Okay, all right.
Hurting, but that's hilarious hurting.
You're probably right.
We'll see. Okay. So at this point in time, you guys, we will fast forward just a little bit, because I don't think we want to go over the minutia of like escorting everybody off the ship and blah blah blah. So we'll say that it's getting later now. It's towards dusk. The last of the people on the ship, most likely crew, are the last ones to abandon, have taken the life rafts, and they are now like up on the beaches of the island, kind of pulling everything ahead. And some of the guards and engineers have started building encampments and using also like tents and things and whatever they were able to find to in the cargo hold and of their personal use that could help. And so you're kind of have like ramshackle tents. They've set up a bunch of fires to keep everybody warm. They're breaking out, ration food, and the chefs are doing what they can over the campfires. And so, at this point now, everybody is set up on the beach. You guys are there. Brannick has, why don't whoever's first, whoever calls it first, give me a D6 roll.
Not it.
I'll do it. 4.
Okay. So Brannick is able to give you 4 guards that will kind of assist you, and they're under your command, basically. So it's kind of a two-way street. They're there to help you, but also to make sure that you guys don't like fuck up and then just like say, "Oh, we found the ship." Peace. Like so so they're there to help but also keep an eye on you. And so yeah, you have 4 guards that are going to help you go and check this area out. So do you guys want to do it now during the cover of darkness, or do you want to rest up and wait till the morning?
Do we have any idea how far it is?
Trevor.
Yes.
Milo, do you have any type of like geography knowledge or anything like that?
Yes, I do.
All right, cool. Yeah, then why don't you go ahead and give me a check?
Ooh,
right,
could he have an asset from like the ship's maps? Because I'm sure they passed through here before, right? So they
Absolutely.
must.
There's
Some
got to be a
sort of-
navigational archaeotech machine.
Yeah.
You know, it's very much like the what is that thing? The navigation area of the God dang it, the Mass Effect ship. Remember that? And everything was like, that's what they have.
Sure, sounds good. Except in like palm size now.
Oh,
yeah.
even better.
So go ahead and add a give me. You can add +3 to your outcome.
Okay, and I'm also trained actually in geography.
Really?
Yes.
Nice. Another +3.
Okay. 12?
Nice.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Woo!
13.
13.
Yeah.
Okay. So your best rough estimate is that this island is probably, let's see here. About a mile to a mile and a quarter wide. And just about as long. So, but the caveat is that you're all throughout the southern and eastern shore. So I don't know if you guys are able to look at the map, but basically all along the eastern side of it. So from like where you guys beached all the way up the eastern shore is all beach. But there's like huge 80 to 90 foot cliffs that run all along that. And that also extends all the way down towards the southern side as well. So you could try to take a boat and go around the southern side to the western point, or you could go up the eastern side where eventually the cliffs kind of fall away towards the northern part of the northern part of the island, and you can then traverse back up that way. So the caveat is whether or not, because there are 7 of you, 4 guards, 3 of you, you would need at least 2 boats, which is, it takes less time, but it's also a little more, it's a little harder to hide. It's going to be less conspicuous that way.
That's probably, I mean, if we're trying to do this in time crunch, because we're pretty sure that they're going to come pick up all the stuff from the harbor there, then that's probably the best bet.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I think we have to favor speed over stealth.
Mm.
I don't think they'll be expecting us anyway.
We'll worry about stealth when we get a little closer. I mean, we don't have to go all the way. We can go within, forced march distance.
Agreed.
We do it.
All right. So you guys are gonna take a couple of the lifeboats then, and row around the southern point up to the western coast.
Yar.
All right. So how are you separating it out? you can take two boats. Are the three of you going in one and the four guards in the other? Are you splitting it up?
We should all go in one boat. That way, if the guards get bombed, they die and we don't.
Yes. Well, not only that, right? So, like, Decurro and I have worked together before. So I think at a minimum we would be together, just because we would have some, unspoken, like, hand signals and whatever, where we could.
Valos, we complement each other on so many levels. I feel like this whole endeavor is going to benefit from you and I, working closely together.
Benefits everything except for my coin purse.
So fixated on your coin purse. We're gonna fill that coin purse. Don't you worry. We're just gonna get Mira back. I mean, we're gonna get the artifact back.
Well, we have the artifact. Oh no, they took the artifact, didn't they?
Yeah, they've got that. Yeah.
Damn it, we had it.
We had it. We did have it. So we have to get it back.
All right. Well, the important thing is we get on that. We somehow get that ship, or kill everyone,
get that ship.
or
we are going to get that ship. And if we have to kill everyone to do it, I think you're perfectly fine with that.
Well, we have to do what we have to do.
Yes. And we're going to do it. We're going to kill everyone.
All right, so the three of us in the lead boat then?
No, while you guys were talking, I already took off.
Milo, wait! Shit!
Just like Milo.
Decurro posts up George Washington style on the bow of the ship. The bow of the little boat.
I then toss an oar into your arms.
Oh, right. Of course. Thank you. And I begin rowing.
Are they wide enough that it would be two of us rowing, or is it one person and we just switch back and forth?
We're all rowing on the same side, so we're just going in circles. Meanwhile, the guards know what they're doing. They're ahead of us.
Well, because so some of the away boats, on those 17th century ships would be like super wide, where you'd have two guys rowing, a single oar. So that's just
Yeah, no, these are slightly smaller. So they're a little more on the longer side than they are on the wide.
Sure.
So you can still you will need two people to row though. If you want to do it effectively. One person.
I'm standing on the bow of the ship like George Washington.
I figured. I didn't think you were going to be rowing.
and Valos and Decurro are rowing.
Clearly.
Yes.
Like one of the guards is in the back and he's kind of like looking like, is that guy standing on the front?
Is it George Washington or what?
It's a nice powdered wig.
Where did he get that thing? Is that a Cypher?
After about 15 minutes, Valos looks over at Decurro and gives him a nod, and he cranks up on the oar, and the two of them together jerk the boat real quick.
I think that's a speed check, right? Trying to stay on the boat.
Luckily for me, the powdered wig doubles as a life preserver.
So yeah, you guys basically begin, and you're under the cover of darkness at this point. So you don't have to worry too much right now of stealth or anything. So let's see. How about give me might checks. Whoever is rowing, I believe, like you said, that would be Decurro and Valos.
Yep. Could we use careful movement in a stealthy fashion to kind of very like evenly row, as opposed to like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh,
Stealthy rowing.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Sure,
as
why not?
opposed to, like full out like
I like it.
rowing.
Yeah,
I mean, just
I
to
like
be
it.
kind of like careful as they're
That will we'll say yes, but that will come up later.
Okay. All right, fair. I got a 15.
Very nice. Wow.
I rolled a 5.
Good job.
So the boat starts to like shift
Yeah.
to the left.
Oh, God.
Decurro,
Yeah.
pull
This
harder.
prolonged
Valos is
effort.
rowing just a little better, a little harder.
Yeah, of course.
Amped
I
up.
still can't. I can't
You have
keep
to
up.
put your back into it. I
I'm
told you.
all right.
Decurro is more like skimming the top of the water, and he's just going rowing really fast, but it's because he's not actually in the water all the way.
Totally dogging it.
The other boat
Oh.
starts to like veer to the left, and then the guard boat kind of like comes up and like bumps the back of us.
Yeah. What are you guys doing? You're rowing too close to us.
You need
We're trying to
pull
stick
harder
close to
on
the
board.
shoreline.
I'm sorry.
Stay on shore.
Maybe you're the one who's messing up, Valos.
He just looks at you.
Fair enough.
All right. So you guys begin to sail westward. And within about 15 or so minutes, you see the shoreline, the sand disappear as the cliffside meets up with the ocean. So now you're looking at basically like a rocky bottom, a 90-foot sheer cliff up to mountains. And it drops right off into the ocean. So after another maybe less than 10 minutes, you start to round the corner up to the western side of the island. And at this point now, there's no more sheer cliffside. However, at this point, it's just water into mountain. And so you theoretically could beach the boat here, but you'd be looking at the foot of the mountain where you'd have to then trek upwards.
Now on the map, because I'm looking at the map, is that like where the little volcano part is, like that little thing?
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So you guys, row for another 15 or so minutes, and that's actually when you come up to that part. So what that is the mountainside kind of curls around a little bit, and it ends up into a bay area almost. So you have this big jut of rock that comes up in the middle, and the water surrounds that. And go ahead and give me some type of perception. So we'll use intellect. And
I have perception now.
There you go.
Perception.
So we'll use this kind of reverse. So like I did with Milo, just give me a roll, and because you're trained in perception, give me a +3.
I rolled a 2, so that's a 5.
You suck. Good job.
I do. He's tired because he's doing all the work.
Exactly.
I rolled a 7.
Hey, look at you.
Shit.
Does Milo want to try?
Milo, do you see?
Sure.
You are standing on the bow of the boat.
I got a 10.
There you go. All right, so we'll actually say Milo. You catch a glint because of the moonlight kind of coming down off out in the distance of this. On the opposite side of the bay, you can actually see that it's not just a kind of horseshoe-shaped area. That in the back of it, it actually does appear to have a mouth to some kind of underwater or in-water cavern. But looking at it, the water is actually coming out into the bay. So if you chose at some point or now to go in there, you would be rowing against current.
So what's our destination? Is it inside that little outlet?
All you know is that Pivel talked about some type of place to harbor on this side of the mountain. I actually believe, though, he more or less specifically said the northwestern part of the mountain of the island. So right now you guys are more like southwestern, not the airline, but the point of direction
For Delta.
Yeah.
So we want to be on the other side of that.
because it's the opening of a river is the delta.
Good, very, very good. I mean, do we want to be rowing against the tide?
Well, we can pull in sort of next to it, right, and then just walk in towards the cavern.
We could totally proceed on foot.
What's that, Milo?
Well,
I think we need to keep going because he said that we need to go to the northwestern, and we're on the southwestern, so we need to keep going north.
Yeah. Plus, also, this isn't necessarily something that you can walk into. It is the pure all water here. It's not like there's like on the other side of this bay there's like a land tunnel. This is a waterous cavern. So you could take the boats in there, but there's really nowhere to walk.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we just yeah.
So we just keep going then.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Go farther.
Yeah. We'll just keep going till we're inside of it and find a place to proceed on foot, which seems to be the best course of action.
We should keep an eye too for some place where we could hide the boats. We don't want them to see that someone's made it around to this side of the island.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll have to look for that too.
Yep. Keep rowing.
We row.
Your boats
ashore.
Cautiously against the tide.
Yes.
Yep. So yeah, you guys continue to row, and as you go, that it's pretty much the same, kind of sheer mountainside face over on this side of the island as well. Not quite as abrupt as it is on the eastern side. However, this one is, you're looking at, a good 75 to 80 degree uptake within this side of the island. So it would still be a pretty decent climb up. So as you continue to go, you row for probably a good hour or so. How about another set of might checks from the two of you? This time it's going to be more of an endurance type challenge, just to see if your bodies can kind of keep up with the constant beating of rowing these boats.
All right.
I'm going to spend because I am not going to be humiliated again.
I rolled another 15.
Ooh.
What the hell is that? That's a 20. That's a 20.
Nice. I'm going to give you something. Go ahead. What do you want?
Hell didn't I? Why did I spend? What do I want? I want us to find. I want our teamwork to be so great that we find the perfect spot, and we're able to just kind of pull in and go unnoticed and get ashore.
Ooh.
Within sight of our goal, and perhaps like with the ability to sort of kind of suss out and plan based on a very good vantage point, if that makes sense.
It does. All right. So I'll say that after rowing for about an hour or so, the island on this side kind of has a slow curve inwards and then somewhat quickly juts back out into the sea. So as you begin to follow the coastline out and you curl, as you begin to also then curl more north, rounding that outspurt, you manage to spot lamplight off in the near distance.
Ooh.
Only probably about
Are you there? Jesse? Oh no.
No!
God damn it.
I shouldn't have said anything about how clear it was.
He was breaking up a little bit. Hold on, I'll message the group real quick.
I jinxed the shit out of it.
You did. You ruined it.
God damn it. I take full responsibility.
He was just gonna give us something good too.
Yes, I damn it.
Come on, man. You gotta mute that phone. Come on, Jesse. Nothing.
If he mutes his phone, how will I know when we get a message in the group?
hello.
There
Can
you
hear me?
are.
There we
Yes.
go.
Yay!
Yeah, no, I could hear you guys, and then I knew the kicker was when I went over and I tried to type, and it didn't show up in group chat, and I'm like, oh, my Hangout's crashing, so I just shut it down and restarted the window.
Gotcha. Okay, we're just about to give us something really good.
All right, so yeah, what'd you guys hear? What was the last thing you heard?
We rode for about an hour, and then it kind of all fell apart.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
Well, it jutted out, so it kind of like dipped in,
Yeah.
and sort of like jutted back
All right.
out, and then it kind of.
All right. Well, I'll start over again, so it'll be easier for you to not edit this.
Yeah.
So all right. So yeah. So the island kind of slowly turns inward, and then there's a sudden jutting out of the island back into the sea, and so as you guys begin to follow that output, and you round the corner again back to face the north, you see about a little more than a half dozen or so lamplights off about 300 or so feet off in the distance. And they are out in the water, but close enough to shore, like sitting almost abutting the shore, that it's a pretty damn good guess that these are lamps on a ship.
Oh, here we go. There's a ship.
Do we go?
Now the one, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Should we go straight for the ship and not even bother with anything on land?
Well, so real quick, bringing that up, the one thing is that will make this slightly difficult is that you are at this point on this side of the island looking at more of that fairly sheer cliff face. So there is a small beach area over here, but it's only, you're looking at anywhere between like 2 to 8 feet of beach. So it is, a place that you could theoretically, pull a ship, pull your boats up over to the smaller side and then kind of scoot your way onto that island. But like I said, you are looking at kind of a more narrow portion.
Well, I feel like it's recon time.
Yeah, so with the scope apparatus that we have, can we actually use it like a scope, the sniper module, to sort of scan the deck and see whether or not there's a watch, how many people are milling around, like all that kind of stuff, or does it not really function like that?
No, I would say it's more so like a targeting system.
Okay, that's fair.
So yeah, it's like, when you think of it more like a magical means of a wizard casting a spell like 1,000 feet away. Mm-hmm. It's more so that he knows where the target is, so the magic missile or the fireball or whatever makes it to the target. It's not that he can necessarily like pinpoint, like hawk zoom into it.
It's gonna make it hard to make that functional then.
Well, it's one of those, as long as you know, like, it's almost like a mind thing of, you're like, I want to hit that target.
And it just does it.
And it just
we have to know that someone's there. So like right now we can't see whether or not somebody's there.
Very true, yeah.
Yeah.
We've got to get closer.
Yeah, what
I will say. You know what though? So so in terms of Valos's background,
Mhm.
what is your background? What is your expertise?
I don't know that we really want to discuss that in front of everybody.
Well, no, just in terms of what pertains to this particular to this mission of sorts. Like, would he have any type of like soldier preparedness recon?
I mean, I have stealth
experience. Yeah.
I mean, stealth, careful movement. I don't think balance really, would play, but stealth and like careful movement kind of situation.
Yeah. So I'd say then you seem almost like a well prepared person.
No,
right?
He's definitely that. Yeah, for sure.
So I would give you a spyglass or something like that.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense, right? Because they'd have them
Yeah.
on the ship. I guess if we were going to explore somebody.
Or that's even something that I think that you might have with you anyway. Like you, especially being like a bodyguard as well, you'd probably want to be able to like do some recon and like see. You're like, I want to like instead of having to walk down the road, 700-800 feet. You can just be like, I want to look down there and like whip out a spyglass or something like that, or telescope, and you can be like, okay, we're good.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So as they're like floating in the water, then he whips out the spyglass, trains it up on the ship and takes a peek, see what he can see.
Decurro gets right up to his ear while he's doing it. What do you see?
I see everything. I rolled 20. The light from the lamps just like magnifies in the fucking thing, and he just can see everything like the light of day.
All right. So yeah, in that case, this is what I will give you. So I know that normally, a 20 is like a major event or anything like that, because you don't necessarily know what's over there, I'll just basically give you all the information I can. So basically you're dealing with like a clear sky, full moon, perfectly lit. The moon's over on the western side of the island, so there's no shadow coming down or anything. It's a perfect situation for you to be able to see this. Combined with the lamplight and everything like that, there's no hindrance to your vision. And you have like a nice calm sea towards the coast right now. The waves aren't terrible. So you look out and you see a handful of people loading cargo onto this small ship, and it is a let's see, what was it, for anyone who knows, so it's like a cutter ship, a cutter boat. So it's built, it has a smaller area for cargo, but it's more so made for like fast travel. But so it does have a decent enough cargo hold. Obviously, nothing even close to the Bitter Mother. But from what was stolen and what you believe is missing from that was taken from the two attacks, this ship should be enough to carry that stuff. And the good thing about it is that they're fast and they don't need a huge crew. So that's good for both, for them and possibly for you. So right now you see a small handful of people on the plank, kind of walking cargo from the shore up onto the ship. You also see a gentleman talking to two people. You see one of the cloaked figures, though he has his hood down and you can clearly see his bird head. And so he's talking to what you can gather is probably the captain of this ship. There is also a second gentleman standing there who is in a black cloak, hood down. He has gray hair that's actually kind of like streaked with white. It's about shoulder length. He also has a kind of gruff beard. Think Neil, but the similar coloring of the gray with the streaks of white, and a little kind of matted and gnarled. He's wearing the jet black cloak, hood down. You see and the other thing that you catch is that you can't make out all of his face because he's wearing a mask. And the mask kind of comes from like the middle of his forehead down to like to his lip, to his upper lip. And the one thing that kind of catches that's weird about it, other than a person wearing a mask, is that it's shaped like a bird, but it's like a bird of prey. So he has like that kind of the hooked nose, the hooked beak. That is where his nose is. And this gentleman is kind of just standing there, arms crossed. And one of the last things that you get is an emblem on one of the sails, and it is a bird, an eagle, with a deer in its talons. And I'm going to have, actually, no. So because you're the only one that sees this right now, I'm not going to make you roll for it because it is very near and dear to your heart. This is the insignia of the north of Abingdon.
Oh no.
Okay, so he's like taking it all in his mind. Yeah, there's a couple guys. Some cargo. There's guys talking to the birdmen. Fuck. All right. Well, we already knew this. On the sails, I see it's a symbol of the North. They're from Abington. This is the army of the North.
That's bad, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we knew that thanks to Pivel.
Right. Okay.
It only looks like a couple of guys.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you kind of watch them for a few minutes, and you begin to see the same guys loading cargo on. So you estimate that there's probably 7 or 8 guys total, including the captain. Okay. Including the captain and this also other masked man.
Oh, this is easy. This is the easiest. This is easy.
Well, the guy who seems like he's probably really in charge is wearing a mask. It's got a hooked nose. I mean, kind of looks like a bird mask.
Oh, that would be so cool to have.
He takes the glass down and kind of looks at you like,
what? That'd be great.
Yeah, sure. All right, that's yours then if we get it. But
I'll take it. Thank you.
Sure. So I think we could take them. Our numbers are about equal. This may be the ship. This may be the only ship. It looks like it's big enough to grab the cargo that they took. I don't know that it's big enough to carry everyone from the Bitter Mother. right? I'm looking at I have a cutter ship pulled up on fucking Wikipedia right now. I don't think it would be big enough. I don't how many people were on the Bitter Mother?
Yeah. Hundreds.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I figured.
Yeah.
You could, if you packed them in tight, like emptied the cargo hold out and just like packed everybody in, you might be able to fit like 40 or so people on this ship. And that's standing like shoulder to shoulder.
That's what I figured. Okay. And we were what, like 3 days from reaching the north from like Highland?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, if you guys are ready, this is what we came for. If we can sneak in, but we've got to get them before they get that ship in the water. It's going to be fast.
All right, let me.
It won't kill them though. That's the thing that sucks. I would like to begin shooting because now I know they're there. I know where they're at.
we should do a distraction type situation here.
Yeah, because I feel like if you just shoot somebody.
Hold on, wait. I got a plan.
Nice. Milo's plans are the best.
Can we start a fire on the shore and draw them off the ship to the shore, and then take our little ships and float around to the backside of the ship?
I feel like I was born for this opportunity.
Or and I lean in real close to you guys and kind of whisper, we could use the fuckwit guards over here.
Yeah, I think if anybody's going to start a fire, it would have to be one of them.
Right, yeah, one of them.
The problem is,
all right, let's just do that instead.
We've got a nice full moon, so the closer we get, the chances are they may see us. Do we want to ground these boats and make a break down the beach? We may have a better time. It may be easier to sneak up on them.
Isn't the ship like in the water, not right on the shore? I thought
it's on. It's because of the layout of the island. They're actually able to get right up on the shoreline because there's such a steep drop off. So yeah, they're able to get pretty much right there, so that they're actually loading cargo onto the ship right from the shore.
Oh, okay. So then we'll do the opposite of my plan. My plan was to start like a fire or distraction on shore. Let's start a distraction out in the middle of the water, and we'll come up from the shore.
A flaming boat.
I like that, Milo. What if we take the shore and send the guards across the water? If they see them, it'll focus their attention, and we sneak up behind.
Yeah, we'll set the boat on fire with the guards in it, and then send it out into the water.
You gotta stay with us, Decurro.
No. Let's set the guards on fire
and put them on the shore, and then we'll be in the boat. I like that. I'm with you. I'm with you.
And we can use that sound dampener that I have to get in close.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I'm thinking if we set them on fire, we both have fireproofing, so we could put. Oh no, it's non-living. Okay.
Well, you could set them on fire and then use the fireproofing.
Because they wouldn't be living anymore.
You could stab them, kill them, then use the fireproofing, then set them on fire.
Right. Okay. So
give them a couple torches, and they can go out on the water and wave the torches around and make it look like they're doing something.
Well, I think legitimately the best plan is to send them via boat.
Yeah.
Let them go out.
Take a wide angle.
Yeah, and then come in to block their escape, and then we can shoot up the shoreline with your sound dampener, and as we get close, then Decurro and I can start to shoot.
Either that, or I've got this phase disruptor. I could attach this to the side of the hull of the ship. We could sneak right into the ship through the hull as like a 10-foot cube of it is out of phase.
Holy shit, we can do that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that's what that means.
Well, okay, so then let's do that. We'll send the guards out into the boat. They'll take a wide angle as a distraction. Well, everyone's looking out at the water, at the guards in the boats. We'll use our sound dampener to get as close to the ship as we can, right? Without alerting anybody. And then this way we'll use your phase disruptor to, instead of walking up onto the ship to go below deck, we'll just walk straight through the deck into the ship and then come up from inside.
God, this is great. Yep.
Is it like a personal thing, or is it a range thing? Could you use that to teleport us, or is that?
It's just, and I have to be able to put it on it. And Decurro takes out, it's like a block of this. It's a solid block of silver. So I got to be real close to it, and I gotta just attach it right to the side of the ship, and then it'll just kind of expand out. But yeah, no, I got to be real close.
Wow. Okay. Well, all right, that works. We can do that. That'll give us the advantage,
especially with that sound dampener and the distraction of the mooks. I mean, the guards that we were given. It'll be great. We're gonna do it.
All right, let's make this happen. So I assume they're close enough to have heard the plan, or do we need to
the guys on the ship? Oh no, the
guys in the rowboat.
It depends. Do you want them to have? Because you guys said some pretty awful stuff about them.
Yeah, so I guess so. So probably not, right? So,
so we got to think about what's taking them
rowing in the opposite direction.
Yeah, poor bastards.
They're heading back to the ship.
Yeah,
yeah. So Valos is like, all right, we got. So give me a couple of quick, or we got to get over to the guards.
All right, let's see. Oh yeah.
Look, Milo came up with a good plan. We're gonna beach, and we're gonna run down the shore. We want you guys to take a wide angle to come in from the ocean side, and we're gonna try to either sneak on the boat or just kill everybody. If you can get on the boat from the ocean side, that's great. But I think we're gonna get the most of this right from the beach.
All right, so what do you want us to do then?
Make a lot of noise.
Once you get close, don't make a lot of noise out here. That's not going to be helpful.
So you want us to row ourselves out to the other side of the ship and then make a whole lot of noise so that they can turn around and shoot us like ducks?
Well, I mean, you don't have to make a lot of noise. I would actually prefer if you come around and try to get on the boat as stealthily as possible. I mean, if you can get, if you time it to where they're loading and going inside the ship, then they may not see you coming out. So as they go in, if you get close enough to get on, we'll be supporting you from the shore, which is where most of them already are.
Go ahead and give me an intellect check.
Me?
You. And I will give you a +3 bonus. So I'll give you a bonus.
Okay.
So we'll go +3 to it.
I can't read that. What the fuck is that? I rolled a 3, so that's a 6.
Oh. So yeah, he kind of looks at you. He's like,
"Oh, can I? If I see that they're not buying it, can I throw in like, guys? You guys should know all about this. It's classic pincer maneuver. Take them from both sides. They don't know what direction the attacks are coming from. It's gonna be a no-brainer. This is gonna be easy. You guys have done this hundreds of times. Sort of like appeal to their militaristic nature.
Go ahead and give me a check.
Oh, good Lord. Okay.
I feel like the one guy, as I'm giving the spiels, looking is like, aren't you that asshole? Was like, you're in charge of the ship now? Like, isn't that you?
Not even, yeah. Didn't you try to put Greg in charge? Greg was cleaning the toilets 3 days ago.
Look, there was a lot of things happening. We were just trying to cover all the
Very
bases.
confusing time. I did roll 12.
Nice. Okay. So yeah. They look very suspicious of your plan at first, and then Decurro kind of comes in and actually gives like details and puts it in more of a militaristic lingo that they understand, and which gives it a little bit more validity.
Pincer.
Yeah, yeah. And so they kind of like, all right, so you want to flank them.
Flank is another good word.
So you guys are gonna come up shoreside.
Shoreside.
You guys are gonna be the distraction over there while we're coming up over the other, because they won't expect people coming in from the water.
Bro, they're never gonna see you coming.
So we're gonna come up and over, and while you guys are distracting them there, we're gonna come up and hit them from behind. I feel like you just made this sound so much better. I like it. Yeah, okay. All right, we can do that.
Yeah, this is great. Those are great like words you used to add to this. What was it?
No.
Flank? That's the word I couldn't find. Flank. You guys
I read that I read it in a book once.
You read it in a book?
Yeah.
Well, I hope it was like a textbook to learn how to be a guard.
No, it was this. It was like a manual of sorts, but it was all about
romance novel.
Yeah.
Like a
he flanked.
Right. It was all about techniques and on how to like to defend and attack like large monsters and also make your way through caves.
Did it talk about classic pincer maneuvers?
No, but there are some monsters that have pincers.
Yeah, see, that's a different
kick Decurro on the shin.
Right. No, you did it. You guys, you guys convinced me that this is going to work, and I already thought it would work. So you basically took what I thought was going to work.
I'm going to kick him in the shin again.
Let's do this. Let's do this, guys. Hands in. Hands in. Hands in. Hands in.
You're on two boats, so they're just kind of like. Yeah.
Guys, you have to row closer if we're gonna do this hands in thing. You can't be the only one. You know what? We'll do hands in after. It'll be a weird
slam.
All right, I deserve that. I deserve it.
So you guys start. We'll beach. We'll give you a little extra time to get out, like out and around.
All right.
And we make for shore, and
you guys. Good luck.
You too.
You too. And also with you. I mean, you too.
Just remember,
all right.
Everybody on the bitter mother is depending on us.
Yeah. All right. Now would be a perfect time. So what is your plan? So you guys are going to beach and then start to make your way up the shore.
Mm-hmm. With the sound dampener.
Yeah, with the sound dampener going. Yeah.
Very nice. All right. So now would be a great time though to use your careful movement, because while the sound dampener eliminates the sound of you guys, there is still a visual aspect. Mm-hmm. So here's what we will do. There are three of you. So rather than have all three of you roll a speed stealth check, let's do a group effort, and each one of you kind of has a different task at hand. So one of you obviously will be dedicated to stealth, to kind of maneuvering the group carefully down the shoreline. And then the other two can help out in some other way, up to whatever kind of works to your best advantages. So who will be taking the lead in terms of the stealth aspect?
I'm trained.
Okay.
But it's me rolling, so.
All All right, so we'll do that. Valos, you are leading in terms of the stealth.
Okay.
So, anybody else who has a particular set of skills that they believe will assist in this situation, we can do a roll, and depending on your success, you can give that certain number advantage to Decurro's, to Valos's roll.
Careful movement.
Yeah. Well, he's already using that. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just going to ask. So as I'm looking at my character sheet, I have a lot of diminished numbers. Has anything reset since the last time that we played?
You guys have not rested or anything like that. So
would it be fair to say we just spent like 10 minutes on the boat having a discussion?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Yeah.
Okay. I am going to
very
use
least. That's a good point.
A recovery roll here.
Yeah.
And it's D6 plus level, right?
Oh, that's
roll 6.
Yay!
We're fucked now on the stealth roll.
I did that, and I actually got myself. Oh, I got back to max. Shit.
Nice.
But I need that.
So what we'll do is we need somebody probably to be more of a lookout, somebody to survey, somebody perhaps to
I'll calibrate the sound dampener.
Ooh, there we go. I like that.
Oh wait, maybe hold on.
You're controlling the sound dampener, making sure it's working at peak effectiveness. And so what do we have from Valos? I mean, from Decurro.
You know what? I don't know. I mean, the careful movement is what I would be using, but if he's already using that, then I think the only thing I have to offer is an inability and patience.
I love it.
I am so sorry.
Perfect. That is great.
I can see that.
So maybe I'm like behind. I'm behind Valos. Like, all right, come on. No, we gotta go faster. Go. Over there.
You're pushing me.
Go.
Oh, that is so good.
That makes it one step harder. I'm so sorry.
You're not.
Well, no. It's probably the reason why I picked the impulsive description.
So here's what we're going to do, though, because I don't want to make it nearly that easy. So you guys will be rolling off of a base 4. What I would like you guys to do is first, Decurro and Milo, give me a check. Okay. And Milo, you will be rolling against a 3 because of your bonus to everything. Decurro, you will be rolling against a 5.
Okay, it's not going to matter. I rolled a 1.
Oh, perfect.
And you don't have any XP.
Who said perfect and who said God damn it? You both said it at the same time. Wait, I don't want to know. Never mind. I don't want to know. I need the mystery.
All right. How about Milo?
I rolled a 10, but I don't think it matters now.
No, it still does. So let's go to Valos. So you will be rolling initially off of a 4. Okay. So do you have any talents, skills, backgrounds, assets, anything like that can drop that down?
All right. Well, I'm trained in stealth, so I'll drop it down to a 3.
Yep.
Does Milo's sound dampener...
We'll talk about that later.
Okay. All right. Yep. So it's a 3. I'm going to spend a level of effort.
All right. That's a 2.
All right. So it's only going to cost me a 1 because my edge is 2.
Does careful movement? What is...
I have
careful you didn't...
movement. Well, so I'm trained in stealth, if that's what we're using, but I also have careful movement.
That'll drop it down again.
So that's a 1?
That's a 1.
Fingers crossed.
No, what? But because both of your compatriots failed their checks, you will get a +1 from Milo and a +2 from Decurro.
As Decurro
So-
climbs up on your back.
Yep, so that brings you up to a 4.
God damn it! Back to a 4.
Come on, let's go. Come on. Hey,
All
over
right.
there. Over there. Go.
I rolled a 12.
Oh,
Just
Wow.
Just on it.
Wow.
So you get all up behind me.
Wow.
And you're like, come on. I'm like, and I push you back, and
Yeah.
Milo's like butts in with the thing, and I'm like, you come on, you calm down. And I'm like trying to like shuffle them, and like it seems like just instinctually he's like pushes them both to the ground, just as like we can't see it then, but like as the camera pans up, you just see like the guy with the mask just kind of like lean forward and sort of like look around, like that movie movement.
Yeah.
And then you see Valos' head kind of pops up and he's looking. He's like, all right, come on.
Jeez, that was man. What was that? He pushed us right to the ground. That was
you got calm down. Just calm down.
Man,
we're on a time crunch.
Kind of liked it.
We're trying to move stealthily.
You really were very assertive right there. It was good.
I thought I failed with the 12. I look at it and I was like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, wait a minute. 3, 6, 9. Oh, cool.
Math. Very nice. So yeah, you guys, it takes you probably about, let's say 10 minutes or so to make your way up the shore, because you guys beach probably about 250 or so feet away, and you're moving really carefully and kind of trying not to, like hiding in any nooks and crannies along the shoreline that you can. So after about 10 minutes or so, you guys finally make your way up to a suitable position where you could, you believe that you could kind of make a sprint over to the ship.
I think as we're waiting, Valos, like, he puts his bag behind them and he pulls out the rifle with the scope on it and just is like sitting waiting, and he's got a bead on
Birdman.
I think the guy with the mask. I think it's got to be the guy with the mask.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to represent the biggest threat, I think. So then he doesn't even say anything. Like, he just puts his shit down. He finds himself a good spot. Like, he's leaning up against a tree. He's got his knee up.
All right. So what is your plan at this point?
I think we wait until our boat guys, start to get close and see whether or not anybody recognizes it. Like, if they get on a ship and be unnoticed, fantastic.
All right, morality check here. Should we do something? I'm now ashamed that I even am going to bring this up. Should we do something to draw attention to that boat?
No.
Well, let me ask a couple more questions. Before we just have a no. Are there?
Thank you, Milo.
Are there enemies between us and the boat?
The guy's loading, right?
The guy's loading. Yeah. But but everybody's kind of concentrated, almost like a line of ants just going back and forth from the ship to what is pretty close the edge of the mountainside. They only have like 3 or 4 feet from the bottom of the gangplank to the side of the mountain, and from where you guys are at, you actually can't see at all like where they're going. You're assuming that there's some kind of opening over there.
So does my thing not work? Can I not draw a bead on that guy then?
No, you can, because they are up on the ship.
Oh, okay.
So you have clear sight of the captain, the masked guy, and that other bird folk. So the 3 of them, and then there's the rest of the crew is just kind of like ant formation back and forth from the ship to the shore to the ship to the shore, loading stuff on. And it's pretty slow because it takes like a couple of them to load each box on. So they're kind of, it's slow goings for them.
Now, how far are we away from the boat?
I don't know, how far away do you want to be?
I would like to be within I guess what is it, immediate, medium, and long? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Or immediate, long, and like really
extreme.
long. Extreme, that's it. Yeah.
So is immediate like 30 feet or something like that? 50 feet?
I think it's 50.
Yeah. I would like to be within immediate. Like if we're like in the shrub that comes down to the edge of the beach, I'd like to be, like within a round.
Yeah.
If that's feasible. If it's not, then we're not.
Let's see. Immediate, short, and long. There we go.
So
immediate distance. Yep. So immediate distance is 10, short is 50, and long is basically less than 100.
I would say short if you think that's feasible. I mean, we just passed the stealth check, so if not, then
No, that's when I told you, you were within sprinting distance to the ship.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, cool. Short absolutely makes sense.
Okay, back to you, Milo.
Do the people loading the boxes have weapons?
Yeah, you can see that all of them have a sword on their hip, and about half of them have some type of short firearm, like a pistol type firearm. But that's only like 3 or 4 of them.
And how many men are we talking about in total?
You're talking 8. Now that you've gone close and been able to really watch them, you're talking 8 max. That includes the crew. So 6 crew, the captain, the mask and the mask guy. 9 if you want to include the Birdman.
Birdman.
So I would say 6 immediate threats between us and the ship.
But that's what we figured. I mean, we figured they were going to be more on the land side.
And I'm putting that phase disruptor on the hull somewhere too. So I mean, we should be able to do that, right, without being noticed.
Well, I don't know. I guess I'm having a hard time visualizing where the crew is moving back and forth from and where the actual shape of the ship.
Yeah. There is probably about 5 or so feet. Actually, no, let's say a little bit more, like 10. 10 feet between the edge of the beach area and the hull of the ship where it is in the water. And so I should tell you too, you guys are on a pretty steep incline in terms of beach. It's not like it's like a totally flat surface. So you guys, from the looks of it, it's like the cliffside into about where they are about 4 or 5 feet of beach, and then it just drops off into the water.
Okay.
So you're looking at like 8 to 10 feet between the edge of the shore and then the hull of the ship.
Let me throw this at you, Milo. I have a shocker Cypher, which, that joke. So, but it delivers a powerful burst of electricity that shocks any creature touched, inflicting damage equal to the Cypher's level. The level is 1d6 plus 4. I just rolled a 4, so that's 8. So what I'm thinking is, because the damage then would be so high, is that we run in, grenade style, throw it onto the wet gangplank, and bam, it just fucking zaps 6 guys with fucking 8 points of damage. Very meta, I understand.
That's good.
But so in character, then he's like, if you don't think we can use the phase thing, if we're gonna need the gangplank, he like reaches in, like he goes to reach into his bag and he doesn't have it. He's like, oh fuck. So he like puts the gun down. Like he goes to hand it to Decurro and is like, So he puts it on his lap. And then he like reaches back, he grabs his bag, he rustles around for a minute. He's like, I have this. This has got an electrical burst. I think we might be able to take them all out with this. I'm assuming the gangplank's probably going to be wet, right?
It could be. It could be. I mean,
well, yeah. I mean, whatever. The Cypher does what the Cypher does. It's flavor. Although I guess it does say it has to touch them. So, yeah, maybe not. I guess that's your.
Well, that just means it's not a ranged attack.
Yeah. But so does it have to be like, okay, boop, I touch you with the thing and it does 8 points of damage, or like could if
it has to touch something.
Okay. So
ahead.
Valos' thing was that the water would conduct the electrical charge, assuming that there's water on the gangplank. I mean, maybe it doesn't work at all. I don't know.
So I would, that is if that is what, Valos would think of, then yeah.
Okay. Could we make like I mean, there's no luck roll in this system, but could we make a luck roll when it gets to that point, like high, low, even odds, to see whether or not there's actually any water?
There's probably water.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's it's the boat, but also B, between them, like they would have had to get the gangplank onto the shore, and so it probably got some water on it then, and with them kind of trekking up and down, probably splashing in the water a little bit before they get into it, there's probably some water on it.
Yeah, I mean that would be my thought. So he's like, I think we wait for our guards to attempt to board the ship. It'll draw the attention of the guys on the deck. I'll take a shot at that guy with the mask, and then we'll just make a break for it, and we'll just toss this ahead of us.
If we're not doing the phase disruptor thing, that sounds good, as good a plan as any.
I mean, maybe. So, like, if the shocker takes him out, and then you slap that on the hull, well, it would just go through the gangplank and get on the ship then, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, if we're gonna take him out, we can ingress up the gangplank.
Yeah. So does it lead up and in, or does it lead through the side of the boat?
What do you mean?
The gangplank.
No, up to the top deck.
Up and over. Okay.
Yep. So up to the top, and then they're going down through
grates.
Yeah. Yep. Down, lowering it into the cargo hold.
I mean, your phase disruptor still might work if you want to go, or if we send Milo below and you and I go over top.
3 points of ingress.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
I'm gonna wag my hand and be like, not a fighter, guys.
Well, that's why you go underneath, right? I mean, that way you don't have to.
I don't know. There could be umpteen million guys underneath this deck.
Umpteen million? I like those
Umpteen
odds.
million.
I volunteer as tribute.
He looks like he ponders for a minute, and he looks at Milo and he goes, "Not a fighter. What was that thing with the push and the whole? What the hell was that?" Use the force push on us.
Yeah. Well, okay. So hold on. Let's rewind a little bit. You don't actually see me doing any of that stuff. My hands are in my pockets. Like, people just get pushed.
Well, no. You specifically force pushed me when I tried to. You were on fire or something. I remember what the hell it was, but I jumped on top of you and you pushed me into the wall. Or maybe when what's his nuts got shot. Yeah, because the thing was on you. The goo from the.
Did I?
From the blood magic. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it didn't, like, I didn't think of it at the time, and then I thought about it after the game. I'm like, that motherfucker, I would have.
Yeah, I remember it was a reactionary thing. So he like went up to check on you, and he like put a hand on you, and you were just like, and you like force bubble pushed everything away from you.
Reaction.
Yeah,
because I said, did you actually do that, or is that thing? And you're like, yeah, no, I totally did. It was a reaction.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. All right. Yeah, cool. That's
I
fine.
did too.
Ooh. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a fighter, and I also don't have any armor on. I'm not like that kind of fighter.
Yeah, but what the? I mean, you got some, like, are you holding back on us? Well, what was that? That's not. I mean, you could probably take them all out on your own, just using your brain.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not nearly that strong.
But you do have something.
Look,
he looks at Decurro to like
we'll discuss combat later. All right, we'll discuss combat prowess later, not now.
Hey, Valos, there's all kinds of things in this world that is difficult to explain and understand. I'm sure that when we're done with this, we can all sit down and we'll all have a chat. And Milo can tell us all about his capabilities. But right now, I'm going in the belly of that ship.
Wait, no, not yet.
Okay, fine. I've got ciphers.
Get up.
Yeah, I've got ciphers to help me, and I've got no, I'm sorry, not ciphers. Archaeotech. I've got Archaeotech here to help me with this situation. Okay, I'm going to be able to get in there. They're not going to see me, and they're not going to be able to touch me. If they do see me, then they won't be able to touch me. Then if they touch me, I'm going to be in a different spot before they know it.
All right, well, just be ready.
I'm ready.
Kind of like looks back askance at Milo and like retakes his firing position.
All right, I'm going in.
All right, so hold on. Just let me run down the plan real quick. The
Cover
plan
me!
Sprint through all of the enemies.
Milo force pushes us both into the ship. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The plan is for Decurro to sprint through all the enemies and throw the thing on the side of the ship.
No.
I should be able to get to the ship without dealing with the guys on the gangplank. If I understood correctly, maybe I'm wrong.
Oh yeah, if you guys are kind of at the southern point, so like the aft of the front of the ship, ship, and so you like point the ship's pointing. Actually, no, the ship should be pointing north, so you're at the back of the ship.
The stern.
Yeah.
So yeah, stern. Sure, there we go. So the ass of the ship. So you guys, you should be able to book it and then like jump in the water and get to that. Not having to interact. Whether or not they'll see you or not is a totally other thing, but you at least can get to it without having to like run through anybody.
Yeah. That was what I was thinking. If you guys want to go through and try to get up the gangplank, we'll have 3 points of contact here.
Yeah, that's fine. So I mean, Valos thing, we let them make the noise, attempt to board. If it draws the attention of the guys on the deck, I drop a shot on the masked guy. Then we make a break for it. We throw the shocker on the gangplank, and then we rush the boat or we deal with the mooks, and then rush the boat. But yeah, it'll be 3 points of entry at that point.
Yeah, we're gonna split the party.
Not really. We're all going to the same place.
That's true.
Does that sound feasible?
Yeah, I guess it sounds feasible. It's really up to Mr. GM over there if it's something we can pull off.
It's totally up to you.
I think it's up to the dice.
It is absolutely something that you guys can attempt.
Okay.
Yes, and.
Yeah.
All right. Let's set the plan in motion then, yeah?
So I spend all of my rounds aiming until those guys make noise.
Sounds good.
Is that an asset?
Hey, Milo.
Yeah.
Before this pops off, I want you to take this tech for me. I'm going to give you the Enduring Shield, okay? It's an asset to speed defense rolls. I know that was a weird thing I just said, but mechanically, this makes sense. I know that too was a little weird, but trust me, it's going to make it's going to make you harder to hit.
Got it. Enduring Shield.
You're like the Deadpool of the group right now.
Yeah,
it makes no sense to you.
Actually, I sort of think of it as the Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony.
Nope.
Yeah. Nope.
She's very meta.
Yeah.
All right, I give you the Enduring Shield.
You're the only one with children that are of age to watch that.
You gotta see the My Little Pony movie.
Yeah, I'm still in the Sheriff Callie, Doc McStuffins age.
Okay. So, no, that's Doc McStuffins is good. All right. I have taken the Enduring Shield off my list.
There you go.
I want you to have this, Milo.
Okay.
Use it. Use it if shit goes foobar.
What does it do?
It gives you an asset to speed defense rolls.
Oh, perfect.
For a whole day.
A whole day?
Yep.
Man, I hope we're in battle for a whole day. Really make it worth it then.
Yeah. It really is it's like you'd use it and it's a front-loaded benefit, and then you're just kind of like, well, I got a bonus to speed defense the rest of the day. Hey, there we go. I'm just talking nonsense again. All right, can we do hands in now?
I'll give you a fist bump.
I'll take it. Fist bump. And then Decurro goes off to go to the ass of the ship to just get all up in that ass. I hate myself.
We hate you too.
Yeah,
all right, so so lay out just a step-by-step for me real quick. So we have Valos waiting in the shadows, waiting for a sign or any type of action to let loose a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We have Decurro sprinting over to the ship, attempting to put his phase disruptor thing onto the hull and get in through that way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not on board with that, but okay.
You have the 4 guards on the other boat that are attempting to make their way around to the outer side of the ship and board that way. What is Milo doing? Are you waiting with Valos, or are you attempting to go in a third point of entry?
I guess I'm waiting with Valos.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I assumed.
I mean, unless Valos is just when shit goes down, unless you're just going to start sniping people from the forest or from like the wooded area.
I mean, I kind of
like a bigger distraction, like so they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to, but I don't know how practical that's going to be. Like, I can only see those 3 guys on the ship, and as soon as shit starts to go down, they're not going to stand there. So
yeah, but you can see the 6 guys that are not on the ship. Like
I can't. Jesse said I couldn't.
Yes, you can. Why wouldn't you be able to?
Yeah, you can see them coming and going. So you can see them on the ship and on the gangplank. You just can't see where they're going after that.
Okay.
You can't see their entry into the island.
Okay. Well, my plan was to do a single shot and then run down and toss the shocker, unless you want to do it, and I can just. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Well, I will say only because I feel like I kind of gypped you. I didn't gyp you of something, but you had an idea earlier, like a couple of sessions ago for Milo. It's so what's most of your abilities have a range, don't they?
Most of my abilities?
Yes.
Yeah. Short range, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I have. That's like an attack. Push is immediate range, I believe.
Okay.
They have to be right on top of me for me to use it. And then I do have far step, which lets me jump up to long range.
Yeah. So that's what. Yeah. So I was also going to bring that up as well. Is that if you wanted to get somewhere else, it would be far easier for you to do that using your far step or whatever it was called.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was thinking about using that, but I didn't know how I was going to use it. So,
yeah, because you said that gets you up to long range, right?
Yeah, exactly. How long does the disc sound dampener last?
It doesn't say.
So forever.
Just the rest of time.
Yeah, it's weird. Let me look, because it doesn't. Yeah, in the
until you try to use it again.
Sound
Cyphers are one-time use, right?
Is an asset for all creatures in the area to attempt stealth actions. Yeah, it doesn't. I guess just while you're attempting to be stealthy.
So does it ever go away? Does it ever break?
It doesn't say. No, it doesn't. It doesn't give a.
What's the wording on it?
It's dampens all sound within immediate range, providing an asset for all creatures in the area to attempt stealth actions.
Huh.
Wow.
But it is a Cypher, right?
It is. So theoretically, it should be a one-use thing.
That's what I was going to say. By its nature, it would only be a one-shot.
But most of them have like a 1 hour or 24 hours or one round.
Right.
This one does not.
I think normally,
or some of them are like clearly a single use, like repair. Like it repairs one item.
Well, then I would say it's your call then.
Other ones that don't have a time on it and see what the word it might just be like a, we use it to get close and then it sort of like peters out. So once we've used it for what we wanted to use it for.
That was my guess as well. Like it's like one like period of time in which you are making stealth checks.
Yeah. And did you want I don't have to do this phase disruptor thing. I thought the 3 points was positive, but now I'm thinking split the party's no good.
No, too late. You're already off on it.
Okay.
No,
that's in action.
Yeah, I'm good with the plan. I didn't want you running before anything happened. That's what I was not on board with.
That's just me playing up his impatience and impulsiveness. Yeah.
Gotcha. Because I would trip you if you tried to run before anything happened.
I would love that. Can we say that happens?
I think it probably does. Like I'm all in the thing and I got my knee up and you start to like get up and he just like kicks his leg out and you like trip.
Oh, that's right.
I pop back up and I go, yeah, you're right. Now hold up. And I get back down on my haunches.
Yeah, so I will say that it would be enough for you to let's say until you make enough noise that you're kind of purposely breaking stealth.
I like that.
This will dampen it. Think of it almost like invisibility. Like as long as you don't do harm, you're invisible. So with this is as long as you are being stealthy, it's active. But once you are no longer being stealthy, it's inoperable.
It's like gone. Sanctuary.
Yeah, exactly. And one caveat of it is that that it is immediate range. So say Decurro is already taken off. So you will no longer be providing the asset of stealth to Valos because it will be going with you.
Right. Yeah, but he's
a stealth motherfucker.
He's not moving right now. So
exactly. Yeah.
So I think we wait until you make a roll to see whether or not A, they spot the guys in the boat or the guys in the boat are successful in grappling the side of the ship.
Again, what happens with the guys on the boat?
Sounds good. Well, so does Milo do you want to create another point to scatter the crew further, or do you want to stick with Valos?
I think what I want to do is I'm going to take the sound dampener with me, and I'm going to ask Valos for that shocker grenade.
Nice.
And I want to jump up to the crow's nest.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
That's yes.
Beautiful. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay.
You will be working off of a 3, but you have the asset because of the dampener, so that will drop you down to a 2.
Okay. And hold on, before I do this, Valos,
Yeah.
will you give me the grenade, or do you want to hold on to it? My plan is when I get up there, I'm going to drop it.
Yeah, no, that works. Go ahead, take it.
Okay. I got a 16.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah.
All right, we'll
All
take
right,
that
so-
off my sheet.
Yep. So you have the exchange, and Milo just bursts up into the air.
Holy shit! Decurro says. Did you know we could do
And
that?
yeah, so
No, not at all.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite ability that I have, quite honestly.
That is so good.
I love too that it's not a physical thing. It's not that you can you're super agile or strong or anything, so you can jump really far. It's like a purely mental launch almost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Force of will alone.
Yeah.
Force of intellect.
It's like you will gravity to not exist for a small period of time.
I don't believe in the theory of gravity for this. short
Exactly.
100 feet.
Well, yeah, because it works on the way down. I can jump down too unharmed, so I can I don't get hurt from falls if I use
nice.
Yeah.
Newton doesn't exist in this universe.
Yeah. All right, so I'm up in the crow's nest. No one saw me.
Nope. So no one saw you. There's not even a tweak of a head or anything like that would alert anybody to your position.
All right, cool.
You very clearly got by without a hint.
Hey, Valos, Milo's been holding out on us, man. What is that?
No shit. So as we're saying, when he bamfs, my finger starts to squeeze the trigger, and then nothing happens. And as he's like, oh, he's holding that, I just relax my hand a little bit.
Look at him up there.
Yeah, that's a pretty neat trick. You didn't know he could do any of that stuff?
Not that. You knew he could do that?
No, clearly not. I mean, I fucking pushed me with his brain, when fucking Pivel got shot.
He's basic. Well, yeah. I mean, maybe that was like a hint into something, but I mean, he just jumped up into the crow's nest of that ship. I feel like, yeah, that's right. That's like,
I think we're gonna have to have a conversation
right now. Yeah,
for sure.
I feel a little embarrassed actually. I don't know about you, but I mean, he just.
Well, I
did
think
that.
you would know stuff. I mean, you work with this guy all the time. What else is he not telling us?
It's like my handler. I mean, he gave me jobs. I didn't know what he was doing behind the scenes. I didn't realize he was a superhero, for crying out loud. I feel like perhaps I'm. You know what, Valos? I'm shamed. I don't know if I'm shamed right now. I'm shamed.
I don't believe it.
I would like the two of you to give me intellect checks.
I talk too long.
I rolled a 6.
All right.
14.
Okay. So you guys are kind of having this conversation, and you start out in a little bit of a whisper. And Valos starts to get a little excited. And for the last 15 to 20 minutes or so, you have been used to Milo's sound dampener. So you could talk at normal level, you could do anything you wanted, and you did not make a sound. You, though, no longer have Milo's sound dampener. And so you guys are having this conversation, and Decurro, Valos still trained. Like, you have, looking through the scope, looking through the target, finger on the trigger, ready for it, having this conversation, and you start to kind of you forget for the moment that people can hear you, and you are alerted to this when the bird's head at first begins to kind of cock a little bit, and he tweaks, and then his head kind of turns so it's facing perpendicular to you. And then the bearded man, as you know, they're still talking and the captain's kind of yabbering on a little bit, raises his hand up and then does a closed fist to him. And he slowly turns his head and looks directly at you.
I shoot him in the face.
Go ahead and roll me initiative.
I guess it's go time. It's go time.
like we're both talking, and then like I just don't respond to you at all.
Trained, so I rolled a 14, so that's basically a 17.
I also rolled a 14, but I am not trained.
I will roll 2. Ooh, nice. All right.
Well,
Two totally different numbers. So the first is going to be... oh, geez. That's that. All right. So Valos was what, a 17?
No, that was Decurro.
Oh, Decurro. Sorry.
Yeah, 17.
17. What was Valos? Was Decurro? Valos. Bleh. Decurro is a 17. Valos is a 14. What was Milo?
What was I rolling?
Initiative.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was them being goons.
Oh.
I rolled an 8.
8. All right. 8, and these guys are all the way at the bottom there. All right. All right. So
one who they have absolutely no idea where he is at this point.
Now this is an unfortunate break. I have to bio. So I know it's horrible, and it's not at a point where I can just kind of let you guys go.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you're going to have 2 minutes of editing.
That's fine.
But I will be right back.
Okay. I kind of had a feeling something like that might happen because we were just kind of like going and going.
Yeah. Again, I for better or for worse, inability, patience, willpower, and discipline.
Yeah, no, it's my fault. It's completely my fault.
Yeah, Valos, you have to check me on these things.
I just hope that guy got a lower initiative than I did because I literally want to shoot him right in the face.
Yeah.
You might not get that mask when I'm done.
I'd probably still wear it. Blast a hole in the front of it.
Yeah, I feel like you should probably get a bit of a surprise attack on him because
yeah. We should push hard.
Expect a gunshot to come at him.
We should push hard for that. Yeah. It should be like the first thing to kick off, and then initiative. When he gets back, let's really argue that point.
We'll beat him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you know what? He turns his head and looks at you, and then a gunshot comes at him.
Yeah, like as soon as I knew that he knew, like when he turns to look at me, pff, like it's not even a.
I'd offer up your background, and I will also. I'm not going to offer it at first. I will give away my 1 XP to allow that to happen. And if he gives us 3 XP, I'm going up a tier too. So that is a hell of a sacrifice. Okay, yeah, I think we have our arguments lined up and ready for you to get the free shot. I
mean, I think that it's a surprise round involved.
Oh, shit, he's back. Wait, guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, you're there. So do I get the shot off? So, like, that's the question, right? So we're prepared. So I think, like, as soon as he turns around, like, fingers on the trigger, it's just click. I mean, it's not anything to...
If you had not alerted... So a surprise requires one side to be aware of a threat while the other side is not.
Mm-hmm.
And if you had not jacked that up, then you would get a surprise. I would allow you like an additional, like basically like you guys get a turn, they
Free
don't
shot.
get shit, and then we jump into initiative. However, because we are now going on even footing where they are now aware of you, there is no longer a surprise.
Can I? You've had this you've been giving us like 3 XP at a pretty good clip after sessions. So that would mean that I would get 4 at the end of this session, which means I would be going up a tier for next session. I'm willing to cash in my 1 XP to basically appeal to Valos's background that he would be able to compensate for this and get the shot off to kick off initiative.
I would. All right. There is a reason I am not going to do that.
Because you got a higher initiative.
That you will very quickly understand.
This is a DM pet villain. I can tell already.
That's fine. I mean, I'm not going to argue. I can see it either way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't disagree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Flavor the way that it was described, I could also see him getting the shot off. But I'm not. I mean, whatever.
And you will see why under normal circumstances I would more favorably consider that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so it's done. So let's move on.
Okay. So at this point, we have Milo up on the crow's nest. Shocker grenade basically in hand, ready to drop that. And Milo, you can actually see now from up top that the other boat with the 4 guards is basically like right there. And they are getting ready to board the ship.
Nice.
Perfect.
Meanwhile, about 50 or so feet away, we have Decurro and Valos, with Valos trained on the masked man, and having an unfortunately just slightly too loud conversation that has now gathered the attention of, at the very least, the Birdman and the Masked Man.
We made ourselves the distraction for the guards.
You did.
What the hell?
Ironically, it ended up turning out the way that they thought it was, and not the way that you guys did.
I'm sorry, I said we. I take full responsibility for this. Yes, that's what I've done.
Well, it certainly wasn't my fault.
Well, you did do an incredible feat, and it really surprised the shit out of us. So it led to this. So it is kind of your fault.
Yeah, it is Milo's fault. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Blame it on me.
Yeah. The guy who's going to get out of this alive, because no one's going to know he's up in the crow's nest.
Right? Okay. Awesome. So yeah, initiative begins. The crow has cocked his head, and he now has an ear trained on you. And the masked man slowly turns, and he's like, you see like a kind of like tilt of his head slightly, and you actually see like a little sly grin appear on his face. And one thing I will say, now that you guys are so close, is on the especially where you're kind of spying in on him, carved into, actually no, we'll keep that later. That'll be a nice little thing if you guys ever make it. So
wait, what?
Yeah,
what?
Huh? No, I want to make it.
So yeah, let's go with this. So you guys, so Valos you're like, oh shit, and you start to squeeze the trigger, and within the time, your reactionary moment of you're like, oh shit, he saw me, and you begin to go, his left hand raises up, and as he does so, there's this this dark reddish glow that begins to emanate from his fist, and within moments, a energy shoots out from the top and the bottom, and very quickly forms a longbow in his hand. but it's like it's
So
almost like
cool.
solid. It's almost like solid energy. Like it's not like an actual physical bow.
Mhm.
And when he does that, as his left hand comes up, his right hand draws just in time. And when he pulls back, a very similarly colored arrow appears. And that actually takes physical manifestation once he reaches full draw. And you see that it's this blackened arrow.
Oh,
And
fuck.
he just
Oh,
lets go straight at you.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me some defense.
All right. So do I get to know what I'm rolling against, or?
It's a ranged attack. And you are rolling against let's see, no other modifications. So it's a DC difficulty 6.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I am trained in speed defense, so that's a 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am going to spend a level of effort.
All right.
Fuck that black arrow.
Nice.
So that is going to bring it down to a 3.
Yep.
All right. Here's hoping. I rolled a fucking crit.
Boom.
I shoot him
Fail
in the
or
face.
success?
Good question. Good question.
It is you, John. I have to ask.
No. Success. Crit success.
Okay. Very nice. Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and then give me so you highly succeed in your.
Can I shoot the arrow? I shoot the arrow.
Ooh, it's so, yeah.
Right, because I'm sitting there, I'm trained on it. He looks, the thing happens on a flip. So he does it, and I squeeze the trigger, and it fucking hits that arrow, and poof, big red puff of
I love it.
Crackles.
Yeah, and we will actually say that you shoot it, and just as he lets it go, so it actually shatters in his face.
Oh, nice.
So I will give him a disadvantage on his next round.
All right, that worked out great.
Perfect.
And next up now, Decurro.
Okay, Decurro was thinking of. Well, yeah. All right, I'm gonna start heading towards the back of the ship at this point because the plan is now in place. So I'm just gonna try to make it to the back of the ship. I feel like that's probably gonna be my action. Is just trying to get out there unnoticed.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Unless it's short enough for me. Unless it's like a short enough distance. But the way that it sounded like it was gonna be like a full action.
You said it was sprinting distance, so yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to get there without drawing attention, that will be a stealth check.
All right, I'm gonna do.
You were gonna say something though. Would you have?
I was gonna fire a Cypher off, but that's an action to do, so I'm not going to do that.
I'll allow you to do both because I mean you are. It's like fist, so you are in short range, but you're not attacking anybody. You're not doing anything like that. So I will allow you to. I'll let you interact with an object while you're doing this.
All right, I'm gonna fire off the Brooch of Force Shield projector, and it's basically like the communicators from Star Trek. It's just on my thing, and I tap it, and then there's just this shield that goes flying around me. It gives me a +4 to armor for 1 hour.
Wow!
So my armor.
All right.
5.
Go ahead and give me an intellect check.
God damn it! Right.
You're at 7 ciphers right now.
I gave one away. I'm at 6 ciphers.
Oh, you did give one away. All right. So yeah. So it's going to be a difficulty 4.
Could I do effort, intellect?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can do anything. It's a regular skill check. So anything that you got, you can drop.
I'm gonna totally do that. I'll drop it down to a 3. And I rolled an 11. It just made it.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Very nice.
Yeah, 3. Oh god. All right, for a second I'm like, wait, it was a 4? Shit. No, okay, but it was a drop into a 3, so we're good.
Yep.
All right.
Very nice.
It fires off and then
Goes off without a hitch.
the rest of the turn, the end my turn, I would like to get to the back of the ship.
Sounds good. Definitely possible.
Sweet.
All right. Valos.
I shoot him in the face. Stick with the plan. All right.
Nice. Go ahead and do it up.
All right. I'm just going to straight roll because I don't want to spend all my friggin'... I'm going to spend a level of effort. Fuck it. I think it's worth it. All right.
Gotta get that face shot.
I can't read this fucking die. 17.
Woo!
All right.
Man, fire.
I shoot him in the face.
So yeah, you lock, load, fire again. Instinct taking over, and your shot is flying straight again. You basically aimed in the same spot, and you just see him blur almost for a moment as he almost Neo-esque as he just kind of turns, and the bullet just goes right around him.
A 17?
Mm-hmm.
You motherfucker.
The famed plot armor. We must get it.
Because that's 5 points of damage,
I'll give you a page number of what I'm using afterwards.
Okay, no, it doesn't matter. He's like, fuck, and he tries to.
Uh-oh.
If I want to line up another shot, or fucking now I want to stab him now. I think he would grab his bag and then start to run. So I guess he takes the shot, stands up, grabs the bag, and I guess that's probably all I could do, right?
No, because it's right there, so you can grab the bag and start to run. That's fine.
Okay. Declaration of intent.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, Milo. Oh, where are you running off to? Are you running to the ship?
Towards the ship, because
towards the ship.
He knows he got him. So he's figuring he's got something that, assists him, with some kind of advantage to, in a mechanical sense, he's probably got a Cypher that mitigates range attacks or whatever. But Valos, in whatever world concept that he's familiar with, would know, I think, that the guy has something that is not going to lag because he knows he had him dead to rights.
Now you rolled a 17, right?
I rolled a 17.
And you used a level of effort, right?
Yes. So I
super at 20.
I don't think it works that way, but yeah.
What was that?
Well, that's like without knowing the target number.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but the level of effort decreases the difficulty. It doesn't add. Jesse's giving us a bonus, but it's 6 and 1/2 dozen the other.
Damn it!
Technically not the way it works.
No, yeah, no. So yeah, there is. So what I was doing earlier with giving you a bonus is there are non-difficulty skill uses. So basically for perception and knowledge and things like that, rather than being okay, well, I'm going to set it at a 4. And if you get a 4, this is what you know. Rather than that, I'm working in reverse, where depending on how high you get, I give you more information or you do better. And so in that instance, what they suggest you do is rather than you can't drop the difficulty because you don't have a difficulty. So instead you give them a +3.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's what I was doing in those instances.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. So Valos makes a break for it because in his mindset, he knows he's probably not going to be able to hit him with a rifle. That's his assumption then.
Oh man.
So he's going to make it up close and personal.
Ooh.
Right on. Now, all right. So I'm trying to flip through quickly, but I'm not finding it, so I'm wondering if you could help me out, John.
Yes.
Not you. You don't know the system.
You said John. I'm John Prime.
Sorry.
Alpha.
John Beta.
Yeah.
AB. Yep. In other systems, rolling a 20 is a hit, regardless of your target number. Is that the same in Cypher?
Nope.
Okay.
It isn't, because there are difficulties that are higher than 20.
I know. That's why I was asking.
Yes. Yes. But no, it wouldn't be a. I mean, you would get. You'd probably still get the major effect, I guess, unless. No, I think it has to be a successful roll to get the major effect, but. Yeah, okay. that part I'm foggy on, but there's not an automatic.
Sounds good. All right. So yeah, now we're so at this point there's a lot of commotion going on. Valos is broken cover. You're shooting up to the ship, or like bolting up to the ship. And yeah, so now we have Milo.
All right. So let's backtrack a little bit to when I actually get to the crow's nest.
Yes.
Where are all the enemies in position to me in the crow's nest?
Not in the crow's nest?
No. So I'm in the crow's nest.
Oh, so when you are in the crow's nest, okay.
Yeah, looking down, like
so looking. Yep.
Like
so looking down. Yeah. So at the on the deck, there's the 3 gathering of guys, Mask, Bird, and Captain, who are basically almost right below you.
Okay.
Then there are, let's say at this point, 4 guys on that are within view. 2 loading a container onto the ship.
Okay.
Lowering it down into the hold, and 2 who have just done that, who are walking down the plank.
Okay. So now to kind of bring us back up, I see all that happen. I see him pull out the red bow and fire the black arrow and have it explode in his face. And I see him move. I don't see why he moved, but I see him do that weird after image move. And that's when I click the grenade and just drop it.
Nice.
Love it.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me an attack.
What am I shooting for here? Because is it like
this is
because I'm literally just dropping it. I feel like it's not much of an aim, you know?
Well, this is tough. What would we? Let's go with a speed attack.
Okay.
Well, actually, all right, I'll leave it up to you.
Okay.
So basically you're aiming it, you're attempting to drop it in the optimal position. I'm assuming to get as many people as possible, or just the 3 head
Just
honchos?
the 3 guys directly below me.
Okay, so you're attempting to drop it in the optimal position. So I'm going to leave it up to you whether or not you would use dexterity and grace to be able to position it that way, or if you would be using logic and angle and altitude in order to do that.
Oh, I'd 100% use logic and angle and altitude.
Sounds good. Let's go ahead and do that. So you're going to roll me an intellect check against their speed defense. And because Mask just had an arrow blow up in his face, I will be giving him a detriment to that.
Okay.
He will be getting a penalty.
And because I haven't really used effort at all, let me ask for a quick recap, John, on how effort works. Because I can use two things of effort, because I got that with the last level up that I did.
Yep.
So it uses how many intellect points per effort?
3 for the first, 2 for the second, minus your edge.
edge. So I have 2 edge. So if I used 2 effort, it would be 1 and 2, so 3 points of intellect.
Yeah, it applies just to your total spend. Yeah.
Right. So it would bring it down to just 3 points of intellect as opposed to 5.
Yeah, and you'd lower it down 2 levels of Yep.
Okay. So I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Nice.
I'll use 2 levels of effort, lowering it however many.
Yeah.
And let me think. I think that's all I can use to get any boosts to this.
All right. So I'll say right now you're rolling against a 5.
All right. I rolled a 13.
Oh, just barely. Almost. So we have 3 different numbers that we're aiming off of.
Okay.
Well, actually 2. So we're going off mask as 1 defense, and then the captain and the bird as another defense. They have 2 different target numbers.
Okay.
So I gave you the high one. So unfortunately, you did not make the high check. However, you did make the low check.
Can I spend an experience points to reroll?
Sure. Why not? Let's go. Do it.
Oh, I got a 14 that time.
Oh, so close.
Damn it.
Oh. So real quick, let me do a flip just to get the number. Okay.
Still hit the low number though, right?
Yeah, you definitely hit the low number.
All right.
So you drop it, and this thing basically hits the ground and gives like a like it's an electrical shock effect, right?
Yeah. Well, as far as I know, John, what is it exactly that it does?
Yeah, it's an electrical. It's called the shocker. It's an electrical effect.
Sounds good. Yeah. So this thing basically hits the ground, and like electricity, like little arcs of it like spout out. And the both the bird and the captain get caught up in this. However, the masked man is able to kind of hop backwards and get out of range of this short burst. How much damage do we have on that?
It's 8.
Nice.
Not bad at all. All right, very nice. Anything else, Milo?
Other than movement, I can't do anything else, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I can't do anything else because Fire Step is an action. So
sounds good. All right, so and the captain and the crow look significantly injured from this as well. Both scorched up really well.
Nice.
So at this point, then you have garnered the attention of pretty much everybody else from the ship. So the 4 other crew members, the 2 that are on the gangplank will see Valos rushing up. And so they will whip out their swords and start to run down towards you. And the other 2 on deck will drop the cargo and pull out small pistols and attempt to start firing at you. So I will first need 2 defense checks from Milo, and then they will not be able to completely they'll basically be able to get up to you, Valos, but they will not be able to fully engage with you yet.
Okay.
So right now it's just 2 defense checks from Milo.
all right. And is it speed defense?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just asking. And can I, because of the angle, because I'm obviously way above them and have the crow's nest between me and them. Well, can I use that kind of as like cover?
You can absolutely use that as an asset. Yes.
All right.
So the asset is a +3, right?
It lowers so it will lower it down. So yeah, it's like a -3/1. So yeah.
All right, I got a 17 for 1.
Perfect.
And an 11 for the other.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. So yeah, you they let off a couple of pot shots at you, but one of them just goes way wide, and the other one just kind of, you hear it ding against the bottom of the crow's nest.
Nice. Oh, they found Milo.
All right, and now you see the masked man locking eye. You know, you're still like have eyes trained on him, Valos, and he kind of gives you a smirk, and now you hear him just say, "Finally."
He just, yeah, he drops the bag, he drops the gun, and just draws the sword.
Oh shit!
And we'll go ahead and end it there then.
Oh man, that's a good spot.
God damn it! All right.
Oh shit!
That's what you guys get for talking.
Yeah. Yep.
Clearly, the only opportunity I would have had to shoot him was when he didn't know it was coming.
Yeah. That was fun. That was great.
Yeah, so you know how we were talking earlier about the target numbers and everything like that, and how awesome, how easy it is, because you know you basically have like that one challenge number, and difficulty goes off that for pretty much everything, except for the occasional modification.
Right.
Yeah, this guy has an occasional modification, unfortunately for Valos.
Yeah.
It's that mask. I want it.
No.
All right. That's fun.
Nice. A sword. A duel. A duel, I say.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm gonna have to look and see. I never planned for this guy to get like into melee, so I'm gonna have to see.
He's probably worse in melee.
Well, I hope
I'm gonna
not.
have to go back in my books and see what's what.
He runs away. That's what happens.
Yeah, he doesn't do. If ever he's in melee, he gets too afraid and runs away.
Shit. All right, I'm looking. So when are we gonna play again?
Nice.
Tomorrow? No.
I'm free.
I gotta make money.
God damn it. All right, whatever. Good. I like it. It's good.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, thanks. That was really, really good. Really good.
I have a feeling I know who it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, based on backstory, there's only one person I'd imagine it would be.
Really?
I have to reread my backstory when you say it like that.
It's Hubert P. Bergman. That's who it is. That scoundrel from the north.
Good. Yeah, he does have melee. Okay.
Shit.
Well, I'm hoping whatever thing he's using doesn't work for melee. That was, you know, Valos knows he had him dead to rights. So
if only Milo didn't do that really cool jump up to the crow's nest, you could have gotten the shot off.
Cool and not freak out about it.
It's like a weird pressure that's in your ears from the fucking sound dampener, so you just don't realize how loud you're talking.
Exactly. You have to pop your eardrums in order to realize.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, if you could actually like roll a decent number.
It's me. I mean,
it is you. It's all you.
I did roll 2 crits tonight.
Yeah.
You did roll 2 crits, right? And that's very true.
This die was up and down the whole night.
Yeah. I mean, as a die should be, honestly.
Well, I mean, I guess, whatever.
It's not fun if you always roll like 15 plus.
That's true. That's true.
The fun is in the fails.
Yes, it is.
Hence Decurro's whole character concept.
Pretty much. That impulsive descriptor is very quickly becoming my favorite one.
All right.
Nice. All right. Well, unfortunately, I have to go pick up my kid, or else we'd be stabbing
get outta
the shit
here.
out of that guy right now.
Well, that was a good play. That was a good like cliffhanger-esque place to cut it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have to kill those other two guys first, so it's going to take me like an extra round.
Nah, they're like mookies. You're gonna go right through them.
I'm hoping so.
That's what I was thinking too. That's why I tossed the grenade just at those three guys, because I figured they're at the. I learned a long time ago in D&D. If you get a sneak attack, you fucking hit the big bad guy. You don't go after the little guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you would have hit him, it would have been great.
He's unhittable.
Yeah, it seems like.
That's not true. Nobody's unhittable.
You just have to crit, that's all.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's all.
Except apparently not in this case.
To crit or like find a shitload of assets and skills and XPs and efforts.
Did he recognize the voice?
No.
Okay. All right, fair. Okay.
He recognized the trajectory of your shot.
Ooh, you were so lucky I missed this.
What's that?
I'm just reading over.
Oh.
I missed like the last sentence of the combat descriptor.
Hmm.
It's
Okay,
okay. I'll use it next time.
You can tell us all about it after I kill him.
I will. Maybe.
I can't wait to find out who it is.
Yeah, me neither now.
But you'll have to wait a little
Yes.
bit longer.
I have a feeling John will find out soon.
Yeah, and he's reading through his backstory.
Yeah.
I have a really good feeling that whoever this guy turns out to be, I'm just going to be like, who?
Probably. I mean, I don't think anybody else would probably know, so.
In fact, this is before you go. This is exactly what I hope happens. I hope he's like on his deathbed, and he's like, "Don't you know who I am?" It's like, no.
Nah.
Yeah. Doesn't ring a bell. Sorry.
You're just some dead man.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for playing, guys. Thanks, Jesse, for running.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you.
Yep, this was a super fun game. I am super stoked for the next session now because I want to find out who this guy is.
Yeah, that was quite enjoyable.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for checking this out. If you like what you hear, if you like what you watch, hit the likes and the subscribes. Tell your friends. We're on all the social media. You can follow us pretty much everywhere. Reviews are fantastic. If you could bring yourself to do that, it certainly helps bump us up in the algorithms and whatnot for iTunes and all that sort of stuff. And we appreciate you checking it out. And we'll catch you next time.
Peace.
Bye.
Yeah.